help. I feel like I'm failing my children. This is something that comes up a lot in homeschooling groups and communities, especially the unschooling variety, where parents feel like if their child isn't meeting a certain expectation or academic milestone, that they are failing them. And so I posed this question to a group of homeschool dads recently because typically you don't hear much from homeschool dads. You hear mostly from the moms. And so, but there are a lot of active fathers who are leading the homeschool within their home. And so I reached out to a group of them and I asked the question, do you ever feel like you're failing your kids, or yeah, when they don't meet academic milestones, how do you handle it? So here's a couple of the responses. Um, Here's one. For me, it's not academic milestones so much as it's self disciplined behaviors. Are they exhibiting the self discipline to do things without my having to push them or nag them? That's something that I definitely resonate with as well, is instilling within my children, the ability to self direct and to self lead. That's something that takes a different kind of discipline than following, you know, directions and from from someone. And that's not to say there's not direction, but the direction is uh, with the purpose of like demonstrating self direction. If you understand what I'm saying. Here's another response. Here's one. All the time, meaning that they have this feeling all the time. And they say, I only say that with confidence because my boys show me almost daily that they're in fact learning, even with basic curriculum. Um, you're all doing great as parents, teachers, mentors, and as men. And so that's another sentiment that comes up, is just to remind yourself and not beat up on yourself. A lot of times we can like re-internalize the school paradigm of giving ourselves a failing grade when we are in fact trying and improving. And so I think that's another thing, is getting off of the, you know, the grading scale of like you're failing. There's this one shot thing where you're either failing or succeeding, and if you can survive without never having failed, then you're a success. When in real life, success comes after much failure. So being able to embrace even just the feeling of failure and know that, tomorrow we can improve. And so that's another sentiment that I think is helpful. um, let's see if there's any other response here that I want to react to. Academic milestones don't exist in homeschooling. Every kid is different and learns in different ways and time. And this as well is true. And this is something that I've had to learn with my oldest as well, is that uh, there are things that have just come on their own time. And so learning his time has taken time, but it also allows for a release of that pressure, knowing that whatever it is that you want him to grasp, he's going to grasp it in time. And this is a quote I got from Lil Wayne a really long time ago, and that's, repetition is the father of learning. And so with enough repetition, they're going to grasp whatever it is. A lot of times it's just exposure. And children naturally, at least in my experience, especially with parents, and this is my experience. I could be wrong for a lot of people, but instinctively they want to please you. They want to meet your expectations. And if you give them an environment where they can do so, even being able to fail at times, but being able to redeem themselves, um, you know, is part of the goal. So anyway, now I'm rambling a bit, but hopefully you found this video useful. Leave a comment if you did. And I think in the next video we'll talk a little bit about. Let me see what other homeschooling topics I have here top of mind. That's all I got. So leave me a comment and I'll come back with something else. Peace.